Hi, how you doing?
Dude, I'm good. I'm damp. I literally just got out of my car from a class and sat in my chair. I'm gross. I'm sweaty. I'm damp.
I know you said you were looking forward to this class. What was it?
It was a vinyasa, but I really, really like the instructor a
Mm,
lot.
mm.
It's like she just pushes you to see, to like figure out, to like see what you can do. Like every time I'm in her class, we do something and I'm like, oh shit, I can like do that. That's cool. And I really, really like that. They're just very hot and sweaty, but like fun. They're all off the cuff. She just like makes them up, but
Were
it's
you
super cool.
were you a teacher's pet in school? I don't know if I know this about you.
Oh yeah. Well, if I liked the teacher.
Well, sure.
But if I liked the
So,
teacher, I would fight tooth and nail to make them love me.
so, so you weren't a teacher's pet for the sake of getting grades or getting ahead. You were a teacher's pet for the affection of it.
I respect educators that I like.
Yes.
I guess you can
Okay.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's like a
understand.
respect thing. And
Yeah.
it's like when I find it, I really enjoy it and I want to let them know how much I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. I always wanted teachers to know that I was like cool. That I was like, I'm not like these other dumb teenagers. I can hang out with the
Yeah.
grown-ups.
I'm aware. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that. I had a bit of that too. Yeah.
Cut to their inner monologue being like, oh, this bitch again.
Oh God, this fucking child.
Yeah. This teenager that's like all the other ones.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, so tell me,
Yes. Did the wind sweep
did you get
you off your feet?
your shit popped today or
I
no?
I got my shit popped today.
Good.
I will leave that to the listeners to decipher what that means. No, yeah, I had a very needed visit to the Cairo today,
Mm,
and I have not been in a while. The Cairo that I had when I lived back in the city was so good. I loved her intensely. I loved
mm.
her with the fiery passion of 1,000 suns.
The
She was
passion
so
that
good.
comes from someone who really needs someone. Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it. Chiropractors, if you have like bad backs and shit and like just bad bones, a chiropractor is such a bro.
You walk in and they just have a glowing aura about them. Uh, so I was nervous because when you find a professional of any kind that you really enjoy, massage therapist, chiropractor, doctor, whatever, right? Like it can be a journey to replace that person
Oh
or to
God,
find a
yeah.
new one or to even
Absolutely.
find one in the first place. Like I'm
Mhm.
still trying to find a dentist that I want to go to. I, I I showed up early. Like when it comes to appointments, like doctors and shit like that, I get anxious, and I'll show up early because I want to get it over with. And plus, I needed it, dude. My
It
sciatica is
makes it
going.
worse.
It's like, oh, dude, I want to go. So I show up and I check in, and about I don't know an hour passes. When did I text you?
You texted me 3
Like
hours
3.
after you were supposed to be going in.
Yeah. My appointment was noon 30, and I waited, and at first it was like, okay, it's okay. I don't care. Like I understand appointments run late. When I did massage therapy, I understood if one person in the morning shows up 20 minutes late, it's going to kind of push your schedule back, right? So I'm pretty forgiving when it comes to stuff like that. And then about an hour goes by, and I'm in that moment of like, should I say something?
Yes,
Do I?
absolutely always say something at that point.
And I'm like, I'm in the waiting room. Like she can see me. I'm 4 feet away. I don't know what to do. So I struggled with that for about 20 more minutes.
Oh my God, dude.
And finally I walked up there and I was like, hey, I just wanted to confirm my appointment was, at this time. She's like, yeah, that does seem like a little bit of a wait. And
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
yeah, and I was kind of like, uh-huh. So she's like, let me check in. So she disappears for probably 30 minutes, and I am convinced she just went on a lunch break.
I bet she did. I bet
I am
she did.
convinced
Or at
that
least a
her
very extended, like, smoke break.
oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She went and had a pack or something out
Mhm.
behind the building. Uh, her and the doctor just sat there and laughed at me through a two-bay
Laughed and
window.
laughed
Yeah.
and laughed.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, the vibrating thing that I'm talking about? If you go
Yes,
to
I
the
do.
chiropractor, it's
Mhm.
like a warming table, but there's also like a little vibrating deal. Sometimes they'll stick the tens units or whatever on you. So when she finally comes back, um, that's when she's like, "Hey, yo, let's." She's taken. I forgot what she said, but it was so funny in the moment. She's just like, she's running a little bit behind.
Do you think so? Okay, thank
So
you.
she slaps me on this table, and you know what? At this point, it's a godsend. It felt I could
Sure,
have
yeah.
laid, I could have laid on that table for 4 more hours.
It's a tender morsel of
Yeah,
kindness.
yeah, yeah. And so it's vibrating, and that's around the time that I'm like, I had not a nap, but I just kind of zoned out for a bit. It could
Disassociated.
Yeah, I disassociated for a bit because I was so confused. And that's around the time that I texted you, like, "Hey, this is weird. I'm running late." And
I
to
was so, because here's the thing, you know me, okay?
Yeah,
You know me.
yeah,
I like punctuality.
yes,
I
yeah, yeah,
like it. And so I got so a bolt of rage hit me for you.
yeah,
I don't even know if you were as angry as
yeah.
I was for you, but I
At
read
that
that
point,
and I was so fucking offended. 3
you did.
hours?
I wrote Mace and I said, I forgot what I said, but it was something to the effect of, "Hey, I'm still here. I just now got put on the like vibrating thing." And she yeah, that's exactly what you said. You were like, "Are you kidding me? 3
I
hours?"
was
Like
I was appalled.
you truly, truly were. And I had kind of hit the point where I wasn't really mad. So because I did go through a stage of I went through the grief
You
stages
did, you went
while
through
I
the
was there.
stages, I understand.
And I had hit acceptance, and I was now kind of just laughing at the cosmic hilarity of it. You know, when something just
Mhm,
becomes cosmically funny, and you're like,
mhm.
"Okay, whatever. We're gonna." And that's when I wrote you. I was like, "Yeah, I would have left if I didn't need it so bad." And it was like sunk cost fallacy at that point. I was like,
Yeah,
"Well, I've already
yeah.
waited this
You've
long.
already spent a day
Yeah,
here,
I might as
this
well spend."
ramshackle office.
But it wasn't really that. Yeah, it really was. It was like the back rooms, kind of just like this empty, spooky liminal area. um But it wasn't too long after that I got to see her, and you know what I will say? It was great. It was great. I was not expecting it. I was kind of expecting her to, like I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about there, but there's this episode of The Simpsons where Homer becomes, like, a chiropractor, and he basically just shoves people over a trash can and it cracks their back. I was expecting that level of
They
care
walk
and
in and
service.
just spit in your face.
Yeah, yeah, "You're fixed." They crack their own knuckles and then they tell you to leave. Uh, oh, but
Wow.
since leaving, I have the post chiropractor soreness
Yeah.
that, it's like it's worked out, it's popped, everything's sitting the way it should, but because it hasn't been in a while, my body's like, "What the fuck?" So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just slamming waters and trying to come back to this reality because I went somewhere else today.
You kinda got on the bus to nowhere
I
for a little bit,
did. It was a bust to nowhere
as if it was a
situation.
waiting room to nowhere,
Dude, that's fucking freaky. I'd believe it.
like a time slip
Yeah,
situation,
yeah,
missing
yeah,
time.
yeah. And if it wasn't for the fact that I had you to document some exact points, I would be more worried. Um, God, anyway, what are we talking about today?
I'm talking about Tourmaline.
Ooh. How have we not done
I don't know,
Tourmaline?
dude. I checked and double checked because I was like, man, I could talk about Tourmaline. I was like, I feel like we've talked about you especially. If I'm not, you've talked about all the Blackstones.
Yeah,
And
they are my
I
favorite.
assumed we had, but we had not. And I'm excited to talk about it. And the metaphysical stuff is primarily just going to be the black tourmaline. It does come in other colors, but it's primarily black. So I'll like the first half talking about how it all is made and formed and shit is all tourmaline, but like the magic shit, just focusing on black tourmaline.
Ooh. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and I very much could be, tourmaline comes in a variety of colors, isn't it? Pretty,
It does. I think I read like around 90% or so. I don't have my notes pulled up yet. Like 90 or so percent though is black.
Wow. Okay.
So it's the majority, but yeah, it comes in gorgeous colors. Like there's watermelon tourmaline, which is just the cutest.
Well, now I gotta Google that.
It's really
tourmaline, cute. Watermelon, tourmaline. Hi.
Hi. Dude, I felt so hip. Listen, I used the word hip. I felt so hip. That's how hip I felt. And I was watching, this is so lame because like it's lame on layers of lame. Okay. And so I was finishing up the second season of Bridgerton. And, and I really do like how the soundtrack is like these really classical kind of like string quartet renditions of like pop songs, which is fun. And I don't know a lot of them. I've known most of them, but like, of course, like the older ones, which already makes me feel lame. So there's like level 1, you know, and also because I was just like watching Bridgerton by myself in my living room, level 2. And and then it was Sign of the Times came and like I recognized it and I was like, you know what? I know this song.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. I felt, you know what? I commiserate with you because I know that feeling because when I listened to, and of course they're old hat by now, but when I kind of jumped in and I listened to like Sign of the Times and
I love that song, by the way. Like,
I love Sign of the Times. I love Harry Styles.
I listened to that one. I do too. And I listened to that one when it came out and I really liked it. And then it just like he fell off, even though he like didn't fall off the map. He's highly successful.
He fell off
he fell off my radar. Yeah. And so it's like now I'm trying to like catch it, but it was like I did know that. I was like, that's a song I remember when it came out. I was aware of it and I was up to date on it. And I recognize it now. All's not lost. And I was very pleased.
I felt the same way. Dude, about watermelon sugar when it was first coming around. Yeah, I was like, am I 20? Yeah. God. I have a bit of okay, I know we're 14 minutes in and we still haven't hit the witchcraft. We'll get there. Listen, you know how it goes. I have a confession to make to you, and I realized it in the shower, and it was just one of those moments that it happened upon me, and I just went, oh. Okay. This whole time, for episodes and episodes now, you have been talking about Bridgerton, about getting into it.
Okay.
And for some reason,
oh God,
every single time you spoke about Bridgerton, my mind went Downton Abbey. Yeah, she's watching Downton Abbey.
Why is it that you never know what show I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Why is it so hard with you?
It's fucking hellier and whatever.
Outlander
is hellier and vice versa.
These two are similar because to me, Bridgerton is a more colorful, more fun Downton Abbey.
This whole time I was sitting there like thinking, should I start watching Bridgerton with Mace so we can like talk about it? And I think like Mama Kim as well was talking about it.
Dude, I would love for you to watch fucking Bridgerton. Okay. I'd love it because I could talk. I loved it. There are some cringe. There's a little cringe, not nearly the cringe of Virgin River. Nothing like the Verge.
Can we stop comparing apples and oranges?
I know, but I just really feel like I need to clarify it just because that's the gold standard. You know?
That's the gold standard of cringe. I liked how sorry. There's noises from my neighborhood. I liked how in the group chat the other day you said something, you compared once you were like, it's Bridgerton's okay, but it's a little cringy, but it's nothing like Virgin River. And Lyra just hopped on and was like, fuck Virgin River.
Yeah, it's just like
particularly. It like brought her out of her like
in particular.
Yeah. Well, now that I know it's not Downton Abbey, I might actually I might have to join you on that. Not
It's
that I don't
fun.
like Downton Abbey, but
Downton Abbey is very
I
sobering.
yeah, I watched a couple episodes. I was like, this is serious.
Yeah, no, Bridgerton is a romp. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
Oh, a
Yeah,
romp.
it's a
Is it
romp.
like a road? What is it? Road Babe?
No.
It's not a romp
Road
like
Babe.
Road Babe.
Dude, Road Babe is something I cracked the cover of Road Babe again, and I found it deeply not
Upset.
good. Not
Oh
good.
no.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
Okay.
So
Well,
bad that I couldn't read it, which is saying something because I will chew through some terrible erotica just
oh yeah.
for the lulls,
Oh
and this
yeah.
was
Oh yeah.
beyond lulls. It was so poorly, just so poor. I could not read it.
If you are not familiar, let's clue you in here. Road Babe is an erotic novel written in, I don't know what, the early aughts, 90s.
I don't know when it was written. I have no idea, and I have no clue. It doesn't make it doesn't make any sense. It's not even cohesive. It's just so bad. It's so bad.
Well, see, part of this is this novel was like Macy's coming of age, like would sneak around and read it, but my
Yeah,
thing
and
now
now
is
that I remember it, this book always looked untouched. I think it was just a book that showed up at our house,
yeah,
and never,
yeah.
but I was the only one reading it.
I was reading it. Road
Yeah.
Babe. Um, and your opinion on it now is making me think like what an awful thing for young Macy. What an awful thing for you to like that's your first experience reading about that kind of stuff.
I
And
mean,
thinking like is this what it is?
yeah, just because like and it's not sexy. And that's
Yeah.
really what the big thing is. Like I reread it and I was just like, this is so weird. Like this isn't what? Like and that's what I was puzzled by it. Like that
Yeah.
was it left me like, what the fuck is this? Like
What the fuck is this?
it was so weird.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Well,
Oh, we could probably
whew.
cut half this out. Whoa.
Oh Lord, yeah, probably, but will it happen?
I don't know. We haven't had
I
a
don't know.
rambler in a minute.
We'll see. Well, I feel like we do say that pretty often.
Well, so
It's our podcast.
mm,
Come for me. Listen, I have a topic for you.
mm.
A conversation topic.
Oh yeah, I never even asked. That was like
You
10
didn't.
minutes ago.
It's like you don't even care.
Sometimes I just disappear.
It's like you don't even know me.
You don't even know me.
Lord. Okay, so I kind of want to talk about my recent journey turned conversation topic about I mentioned it. I think maybe in the last podcast that I have been reading about and exploring and dabbling with moon magic, and I want to talk about sort of the process of learning about new things when you feel like I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know how to like present this, but sort of picking up new things when you feel set in your craft and possibly even changing your trajectory a little bit when you've been very adamant or very attached to certain labels. When is the time to kind of re-examine that and blah blah blah. So who goes first?
Let me pull up my notes so I can read them to you.
Oh, that was almost in the style of thank you for being a friend.
Oh, there we go. All right. Tourmaline.
Tour.
Tourmaline. Listen, it is a crystalline boron silicate
Okay.
mineral.
Okay. All right.
And it contains elements such as iron, magnesium, aluminum, or aluminium,
Aluminium.
as it
Thank you
was
very
written,
much.
sodium, lithium, and or potassium. It seems like the different inclusions are going to kind of change it around. We get into the different colors and whatnot later. So Again, oh, well, here we go. This gemstone, lots of colors, lots of different colors here. Most common though is black tourmaline. Especially if you're hopping in like a metaphysical shop and
Oh,
whatnot,
yeah.
like that the little bins of stones that they have and whatnot. Usually you're gonna find black tourmaline if you're gonna find tourmaline at all. So it is mined all over the place, mainly with some of the most beautiful, especially the watermelon tourmaline coming from Brazil. There's Afghanistan, Myanmar, India, Madagascar, Sri Lanka, and and more. Uh,
Oh,
all over the place. Yeah. So it was originally like gem quality tourmalines were brought to Europe by the Dutch East India Trading Company. Uh
okay.
yeah, to satisfy or I guess Dutch East India Company and to there was just to feed the want for gems that was going on in society and whatnot. And it's a very beautiful gem. It is a carvable gem, so it can be set really beautifully and also carved into very ornate things and whatnot.
It's a bit soft.
It's hard, so it doesn't
Oh,
crumble. It's like it's a 7, so it's like a good gemstone kind of hardness.
and what's the
Um,
top? Is it 10?
I think it's a 10.
Okay.
If it's an 11, that's funny, but I don't think it is. I think it's 10.
When Google Home very first came out, you could tell her to set the volume to 11, and then they took it away. And
Why
I
would
feel like they
why
just
would they
got
do that?
I don't know, some corporate chill.
Yeah. Bastards. That's
Bastard
sad.
people.
All right, let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Let me
Let
out.
me see. Let me out. All right. I've scrolled down and I'm trying to find my shit. Here we go. So there's another name for tourmaline, and it's the Ceylonese Sri Lankan magnet or the
Oh.
ash puller. Uh,
Ooh.
yeah, and that was by the Dutch. The latter one was
Lit.
because it is it has pyroelectric properties. Tourmaline does, which means that it will
Electric
like
fire?
pyro. No, but wouldn't
Oh,
that be lit?
cool.
It it like draws ashes to it, especially so when it's heated. It becomes electrically charged, even sometimes just by generating the heat from like rubbing it like between your hands. It can, like, for instance, in this case with like Dutch traders, they would use tourmaline to pull ashes out of their meerschaum pipes. So it's like you'd put the tourmaline down and it would gather all the ashes to it
Ah.
and then pull it out and clean your pipe. So it gave it the nickname ash puller. Or it seems Aschentrekker.
Oh.
I didn't look to figure out how to say that, but ash puller.
Somebody on TikTok, somebody translated "spank me, daddy" to like I think it was Dutch, and it was like, "Give me ein Klapp, Papa." Okay, sorry.
And so, well, for one, there's also magnetic properties as well. Yellowish or green and blue seem to be the most magnetic, and then you have the red and the pink that are not as magnetic. But here's the colors. The colors all have names, right? So,
Oh,
like variety names. So there is rubellite,
cute.
which is pink or red tourmaline. Verdilite, which is green. Indicolite, which is
Ooh,
blue,
okay.
unsurprisingly. Yeah. Acroite is clear or colorless, which I think is the least common. Uh,
Mm,
Dravite, which is brown.
huh.
Schorl, which is black. And watermelon, which is the pink with the green edge, super
Okay,
cute.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And party colored, which is several colors and one stone.
Party colored.
Yeah, it's like confetti cake.
Listen, that's real lazy,
Yeah. Yeah,
but it's
especially when you
fun.
have
It
like
is, you know what? It's fun.
dravite and
Yeah,
acroite.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Party color.
Party color. What a slap in the face.
Okay, so um so again, the most common found is the Chorle. I hope it's Chorle. Look, that's another thing that I didn't look up because I was like, it's
Coral.
Chorle. And now it's like, what if it's Squirrel? But that's hard to say. Um Chorle.
Mm.
Anyway, so it seems to be 95 or percent of tourmaline is the Chorle. So it's you get mostly black, which is lit.
God.
And it's here we go. And it seems to be fucking A, dude. Here we go. Ever since I got a crack in my phone screen, and so now when I try to touch it, it just freaks out and sends it
Slices your
somewhere
finger?
else. Yes, casually. So, Chorle, it seems, has been used to describe tourmaline for a really long time, even back to 1400, to where it was documented being used in Saxony, Germany, where
Well,
there are black tourmaline deposits around there. So, different minerals change, or like mineral inclusions change the color. So, black tourmaline is rich in iron, which causes the black color or the bluish black or the darker colors like a deep brown. Magnesium, rich ones will be yellow or like a lighter brown. If they have lithium, they can be any color. Apparently, it's a mixed bag when lithium is involved, and you can get all kinds of colors like from red and pink, yellow, green, blue. Yeah, and colorless is not as common. So again, it's pretty hard stone. It's a 7 on the hardness scale, which has made
wow.
it a good stone for cutting and setting into things like as jewelry. And so it likes to occur in these long, slender, kind of like column or like cylindrical crystals. You know, like some crystals grow like that. It's really cool, and they kind of grow like
It's
in rods.
Isn't it sorta, not quite, but it looks a little satin sparry?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's not as rough, but it is kind of
Mm.
rough like that, and it grows in that more like long, thin type of shape. So oftentimes if you see them carved, they will be narrow and tall, or if they're like set in jewelry, they will kind of be the same. They're typically not very wide, or
Mm.
definitely not as wide as they are tall. So some colors, especially like the gemstone colors, mainly the ones of red hues, are sometimes altered by treatment, whether it be heat treatment, or I think they also do irradiation of them.
Whoa.
Uh, so there is that. Currently, it doesn't seem that there is a commercial difference in price. It's also almost impossible to tell, it seems, if they've
Oh.
treated or not. So it's like, yeah, you don't
Mm.
know. So you get watermelon tourmaline, cute little watermelon tourmaline. So when
Precious.
you have pink tourmaline, right? You've got a log of pink tourmaline that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
cooking. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You like that?
As
And
you
so
do.
and so as it's forming, it gets exposed to other types of minerals such as manganese and lithium. Because remember, lithium's wild card. All kinds of
Yeah,
shit, right? And
yeah.
so it creates that watermelon rind, the green edge on the outside.
Hot.
And this was discovered in 1902 in Maine, apparently, but it is also found all over the world, from Brazil, again being some of the finest watermelon tourmalines that have ever been found. Have been found in Brazil, but also there's
Oh,
Australia, Madagascar, Nigeria, Sri Lanka, and so all kinds of different places. So let's get in to the metaphysical.
please.
And again, we're going to mainly talk about black tourmaline here because it's just I had to pick one. There's a lot, and they're going to have different
There's
qualities.
45.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. You know, there's party color, Okay. And so
Oh,
that's a whole wrench. But I'm doing this because if you're going to come across one, it's statistically most likely it's going to be a black tourmaline. So
mm.
that's what we're doing.
What's the least common? Do you know?
Clear, I think.
That's right. You said that
Yeah.
already. Okay.
Yeah. So it is a
What it
black
is.
stone. So you're going to get those tasty benefits that come with these like opaque black crystals. And they
Slurp,
share
slurping it up. The negativity.
slurping it up.
Slurping it
That's
up.
what it is. It sucks it right up inside of it. And
Macy, why
uh,
are you making tourmaline so sexy today?
I don't know. I'm just in a mood. I just sweated my ass off and I'm hungry and I'm silly. So,
Oh, I'm blushing.
huh.
Oh,
It it's a really good companion for the root or muladhara chakra, super grounding, and that's excellent for when you're doing root work and you're really just trying to center down through that and find your ground and your balance and whatnot. So it's really really good for that, and it is it has its strengths in purification, especially in purification of the emotional body and the mind.
mm,
So, you could pair yourself with a tourmaline, and it can perhaps chill the mind out a little bit to where instead of it focusing on negative thoughts like anger or anxiety or um worthlessness, these lowly type of feelings, it can just kind of deviate those away,
cute.
and
Nice.
just take them and dispose of them. So it's a really good buddy if you need protection. And I know I like to take black stones with me when we go to our creepy places,
Yes.
things like that. And
Yeah.
they
You're trying to trap the soul of the ghost in the rock. Yeah.
or at least make it to where if they want to like spew their negativity all over, it's
Yeah.
like it goes in there. It just drinks it up.
One half the time it's just some poor old dead human that's like,
Yeah, that's
please
like,
talk to me.
who are you? Why are you here?
And Macy's just like, get in this rock, like it's a fucking Pokeball.
So, they can help though absorb negative energy. This is stones like obsidian, kyanite. They share this same quality. And tourmaline can work as a bit of a trap, capturing this
Oh,
negative energy so it doesn't cling to you. Because it just it's a drawer. It draws it in. It's a vacuum, if you will, and it
nice.
just sucks it all up. So something I wasn't aware of, but it makes sense and it's nice to know. There is a benefit for creatives or those who work in creative arts in using tourmaline. So it's a pretty good muse for
Oh,
artists of all kinds of mediums, whether it's studio art or writing or, whatever out your outlet is.
writing
It
smut.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Somebody needs to do it, or else be it road, babe.
Yeah, yes. Take the time. Learn the finesse. Learn to write
Learn the
well.
skill.
Whoa. So so what it I know I can speak for my own self as an artist, like as like especially when I paint,
Mm,
it is so easy to fall into a negative mindset when painting. Like
mm.
it's so easy, especially and it's not every time. Like my best paintings are ones that I just start and I don't think about and I bang them out in a few hours and it's like, wow, it's done. But like if I allow myself to be like, am I going to be able to like pull this off? Like, is this going to be a waste of an afternoon if I like get to this part that I know is going to be a bit challenging and I can't pull it? It's bullshit, like stuff like that
Yeah.
that is just noise. Tourmaline, that's kind of its bread and butter, is taking that and cleansing your root. And also right above your root is your sacrum. or your
Yes.
Svadhisthana chakra. And like, that's where a lot of your creativity, these deep emotions, old ancestral memories, so much is stored there. And it's like, it's right there to being neighbor to something that that is greatly benefited by this stone. So they work together. I work on my root and my sacrum together all the time. They just feel good to work with. And so it makes sense to me that, it's not necessarily that it inspires creativity. It's that it allows creativity to flow unhindered by lowly things like doubt
Mm.
or anxiousness or anything like that that can just kind of shit the bed of your art project, which sometimes that window is small, and if when the flow is gone, it's gone. So it's nice to just kind of keep yourself uplifted with that.
Do you think that not the solar plexus, I'm sorry, the sacrum is perhaps the most overlooked center?
Yes.
Because I feel like I don't myself work on it very much, but I feel like I don't hear about it that much.
Yeah. I think it is super overlooked, super duper
Yeah.
important. I've been trying to work on it more and more lately, and I can tell I need. It's like one that for sure I need. I need to
Mm,
focus on,
mm, mhm.
and in doing so, I'm feeling better. So it's a good
Nice.
one to really focus on and not skip over to the more flashy ones. You know, the
Looking
more
at you, heart.
exciting ones. Yeah, yeah, which is dude, I focused like all this past year or like 6 months or so on my heart chakra and like abandoned everything else, and
Yeah.
there was like a
Yeah.
few months back there that all the wheels came off. You gotta work on everybody.
I feel like the heart and the third eye really steal the show.
And man, when they run off together, they like really run off together, It's like it's a full affair.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Oh, woof.
So, if you have a studio or even just like a chair or a corner that you like to do a lot of your creative work, like maybe that's where you sit with your iPad and you doodle or your sketchbook, or maybe that's where you write, things like that. Put like a little tourmaline sphere or a tower or something next to that space to just kind of keep it more positive, keep it
Mhm.
higher, and keep just a constant little air purifier going, but it's like a vibe purifier. And then that's what it's doing, is it's just eating all of that stuff. So, but that said, there is a good amount of rationality that comes with tourmaline. And it kind of helps explain a little bit like how it can aid in the creative process, is that it can help in seeing things more clearly with a head that's level instead of one that's clouded by stress or self-doubt. And it can make a really good companion for situations such as like interviews, things where your racing mind might try to mess things up for you, especially things that you are fully capable of handling with a clear mind. But if you let your noisy, dumb mind take over, it can really
Mhm.
shoot you in the foot.
Yep, stupid brain.
Situations like that, it could be a good one to pair with you to help you stay level, keep your mind clear. An interview is the first one that I come to because I know that interviews can be really, really challenging for people. And
Mm.
it's already a negative power move anyway. You're having to like explain your worth from like a lower
Ye
position. It's not
Yeah,
good.
interviews are
I
a
don't,
scam.
I don't like it. But having something like this to help, keep you more grounded and focused and clear and aware of your own worth and your own value, because it's easy in an interview process, especially if you're interviewing for months and
Eh,
months, to just
yuck.
feel like you're worth nothing, and if you get rejected, because that's how job hunting is you just get fucking rejected over and over and over and over. So
Right.
it's good to remember to have something with you, and to remember in general, but to use tools like this that can help remember or help remind you that you are valuable, you do have worth, and you're capable. And it's easy to forget in those times. So tourmaline could be useful for that.
Mm, beautiful.
Um, it can be a nice companion if you just kind of find yourself with like a bit of a tude, you know,
Okay, yeah, helpful,
just
helpful, helpful.
yeah, you just kind of wake up and you just feel like you have an attitude, and you just,
Mm,
it's kind of like you want someone to pop off, you know?
mm.
Um,
Ooh, ooh. Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
yeah, and so tourmaline, again, it's practical in its grounding nature. It's going to help clear the mind out and ground down through the root and help bring that back down to where, it's not always like your fault that you feel on one, that you wake up
Mm,
and you're just like, but it is
mm,
important to be able to recognize that state and try to balance it, try to correct it instead of bringing it to others, like if, for instance, if you have a hard time not wearing your emotions on your sleeve, it can be a good thing to put on. So it's like it's not being brought to work with you, even if it's unintentional. So maybe it could be a good thing to help kind of ground you back down and not carry the snippiness throughout the day
mm.
with you. Which is good to know because sometimes you do just wake up just like, oh, fucking A, I could just lay into it. I just could. And I don't know
What
why,
does
you
Rocco
know?
say? I'm gonna pop my lid, bro.
Yeah. Gross. Uh, this can also be good if you have a coworker that does this, if they like bring their shit to the office and just unload it. It's good for that. It's a great stone. It's your go-to guy for energy vampires, bro. It's
Oh,
what it wants to do. And whether it's you that's the vampire, which sometimes that needs to be admitted.
oh
We've
yeah,
all you It's impossible to get through this life without being an energy vampire at one
oh yeah.
point or another. Uh or if it's protecting you from energy vampires. Either way, being able to recognize the energy vampirism is just good to do. And tourmaline can help just balance it out, just like balance everybody else. Everybody's cool. Nobody's sucking each other's vibes off.
Okay, great. Love it. And don't suck my vibe off, please. Be merch.
Oh, don't suck my vibe. All right.
I don't know you.
Oh, I don't know. I was taking these notes this morning. I was like, all I could think about was like, and I've said this how so many times. Just like, man, the year that I spent in corporate America would have been helped so much by crystals. Just I would have had them, and it's like this could be a really good one. Like how many times just like listening to the bullshit in my ocean of cubicles, I would have
Mm,
cracked a tourmaline
mm,
sphere by
mm.
squeezing it, but it would have helped.
Cubicles.
Dude, there were so many. I would get lost, legitimately lost in the maze of cubicles. It was
Cubicle.
as far as the eye could see.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah, it was bleak.
What fresh hell?
Uh, and then if you had to go up to the second or the third floor, it was a new maze of cubicles that you didn't somewhat know how to
Different
navigate.
cubicles.
Dude, it's so hard. Oh.
And I
So
love how cubicles are designed to be grim. They're
oh
just
yeah.
gray and uninterested. Just jazz them up, dude. Make them out of make the cubicles out of black tourmaline.
Put like cute little portholes in them, like in different, like like those backpack cats,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
sort of like your coworker that you
Gerbils.
could just like put your face through their wall, but you're
Yes,
still on your side, but you're looking at them
yes.
when they're working.
Boost
I think that'd
morale.
be fun. Yeah, it would be way more. It'd be way better.
I'd want to go to work if I could strap little messages onto the backs of hamsters and send them through the tube cubicle. Yeah,
Oh my god,
so cute.
absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Ugh. See, they just need to hire us to be like.
Oh God, we're so fucking smart.
I know. Listen. You can put tourmaline in your pocket and travel with it. It's good to
Great.
travel with, not only for physical protection, but also for protection from all the travel miasma around you. Think
Mm.
about an airport.
Mm.
You
Oh no,
endure,
I don't
we
want to.
endure so much at the airport. You are shuffled around like you have committed a crime
Yes.
for so long, and it's so scary. And you do
Yeah.
something wrong, you're gonna watch them throw away something you love
Yes.
that you put in the wrong bag. They're
Yep.
gonna throw away your favorite
Yeah.
lotion.
You're and yes, they will. And then
yes, they will.
you're gonna feel like you're about to get fired for about 45 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get through all of that. And so not only are you going through that, everyone around you is going through that. And no one, okay, most people are not having a good time.
No.
You're just not. So,
Nobody has been happy at an airport since like
dude,
the 50s.
some of the nastiest like public fights I've seen have been at airports.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not
Ooh.
good. It's not good. I remember when we were on our honeymoon, we had landed in Tampa. And there was this couple in front of us. We were on escalators forever. You know, it was like
Oh,
we had to go down like 3 flights of floors of escalators, and they
oh
did
yeah.
too. And so we were behind them the whole way. And they were having it was only about this level of conversation. It was
Oh
not very, but
no.
it was so mean. And I was just riding behind them, and it was both of them were just so done. And I was just like looking at Hunter, and I was like, oh my God. But it was so controlled, so measured, not loud at all. And we rode all the way down behind them, just kind of like looking off, just like, okay.
Dude,
Huh.
I'm fucking crying. What a
Yeah.
great start to your honeymoon.
Exactly. It was like we had just landed in Tampa, you know?
Oh God. Okay. Jesus.
So with tourmaline being it's eating all these bad vibes, sucking them right off, you're going to want to cleanse it a lot, right? It's going to get real dirty.
Mm,
And so you're going to want to give it a wash in some
mm.
way or another, depending on, how you like to do this. And
Stick
so
it in the washing machine.
you can leave it out in the moonlight,
Oh.
and you can do this on a full moon, or I just put it out when I remember. It's the moon's the moon, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. It's always
It'll
there,
it'll
kind
be
of.
there.
Yeah.
Just you can charge it out in the moon if you like to do that. I'm always scared that like a raccoon is gonna take it away, or
You're
like
much more
you know.
practical than me. I'm thinking of like a classic, like a 1930s cartoon burglar with like the striped black and white shirt.
They like put it in their shoulder bag.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then they do that like tiptoe walk
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
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 Sure. You can. Oh, yeah, you can put it by or on a piece of satin spar or a real pane of selenite if you've got that fancy shit.
Mm.
You can place it in a bowl of rice, like pressed down, covered up in the rice, and let it sit overnight. Just kind of covered up in the rice, let the rice suck out all of the stuff that it sucked. And it's just like a real suck fest. And
Oh.
you can cleanse it with water.
Ooh, you could
Um,
cook the rice and feed it to an enemy.
That's a really good idea.
I mean,
Especially if you planned it out and like you really wore this tourmaline around someone that you
oh,
just detest, that you
ooh,
just can't
yeah,
stand. Oh,
yeah,
dude, that's great.
yeah.
Wow. Uh if you do cleanse it in water, only just run it underwater for a little bit. Don't just like leave it in water for a super long time.
Mm.
But that's tourmaline. I'm a big fan. I like it. I like the black stones, especially like the rough textured ones, like your kyanite and tourmaline, like it's got those like rough inclusions.
Oh,
And there's just like a presence to them. They're volcanic, it's like it comes from magma.
yeah.
And how cool is that?
Magma. How cool is magma, dude?
How cool is magma? Not
Not really. Not at
really,
all.
but but they're just good warming
Mm,
stones. They're
mm.
grounding. They eat all your spiritual junk food around you so you don't get like
Oh,
sickened by it. It's just a
nice.
bro. That's
Okay.
tourmaline.
Spiritual junk food. I like that.
Yeah. I
Spiritual
stumbled
junk
my
food.
whole way through that.
I don't think so. I think it was
I
lovely.
like it. I'm struggling today. I'm struggling with my mouth.
My mouth.
My mouth.
My mouth. Okay. Wow.
Ooh.
So speaking of my mouth,
Uh,
and that being a commercial that has an absolute chokehold on everyone our age, I saw this interesting like age test, and I want to give it to you. I want to see if you follow along. You ready?
okay.
It's 7 o'clock on the dot. Where is Usher?
Mm.
You might be a little young for this one.
I don't know it.
He's in his drop top, cruising the streets.
Oh, fucking A, I do know it. Ah, shit. All right, what's the next one?
That was it.
Oh, good. Great. Thank you.
Okay, I want to talk conversational like about exploring new magical paths when you've been holding on to your old titles, what that feels like, and if it's perhaps time to take a step back and look at your own journey,
Your
It
journey,
is
bro.
journey, bro. All right, so it is no secret to this podcast that I have held on to the title of Kitchen Witch for probably far longer than I should have. And I've not been feeling it lately.
Mm-hmm.
And when I really thought about it, I did have a bit of a crisis, a bit of a personality moment of just feeling lost. And so I had a nice little think about this, like that spanned several days. You know, when something eats your prefrontal cortex for like 4 days and that it's just chewing at you all the time. This is mine. And when I got down to it, I figured out that I haven't been feeling that for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I've been still using the title. I've been planning to get back into it, but it was always like oh, well, when this goes perfectly, I'll be able to get back into this. Or, oh, well, when this happens, I'll be able to get back into this. And I was thrown off by the fact that I still personally really dig things like mixing oils and blends and making incense and being in the kitchen. So I must be a kitchen witch, just kind of kept going on through my head. But, I kind of started to branch into other things, being like, well, and I want to kind of put this up front. We've talked about labels on the podcast before, how you don't really need them. You don't have to let them like define you. Nobody needs, I'm just talking about for myself. That is what I identified with. And people ask all the time. They ask us all the time, like, what, what do you identify at? Like, what do you connect to the most and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, for me, nothing has ever felt like 100% correct.
Me neither.
And I've explored, and I think you have too. I've explored kitchen witchery as a title. I've explored like hearth witch as a title, hedge witch, shit like that. And while there are certain standbys, there's certain standalones like divination and this, that, and the other that will always be a part of my practice, I couldn't find a label that I felt comfortable like telling people when they asked. So I would kind of just default to eclectic, which sort of feels like a cheat to me.
Yeah, but it's not wrong.
It's not wrong. It's just I am and as I get into more of this, I'm going to talk more about just kind of how I am and how my brain works. Like, I feel very all or nothing about things. So I feel like I either, and I know this isn't correct, I'm not saying this for anyone else, I'm like, if I don't 100% identify with kitchen witch, then I need to say nothing. And eclectic felt like a cheat. So, anyway, but that's just me. I got caught up on picking a label, and I kind of forgot the fact that I can explore anything I want. Of course, not talking about like closed practices or anything like that. But from the different types of magic that I can explore are endless, and I don't need the label to do it. Because I have kind of thought that thing before. It's like, well, I can't really look into, I don't know, as an example, chaos magic because I'm not like a chaos witch. I don't know. I need to learn all about it to see if I identify with it 100% fully before I can ever dip my toe in, and this feeds into the imposter syndrome that we talk about a lot. And it feeds into, honestly, the burnout that we talk about so often. I am recently kind of coming out of my burnout stage. Well, not my burnout stage, but my stage of feeling burnt out within witchcraft.
Sure.
I'm coming out of that. And I'm starting to feel very inspired again. And it can it kind of feels a little small bit like it did in the beginning because I was at half price and just kind of kicking around and found myself, as I usually do, over in the metaphys section
I
and
love that section
love a
so
good
much.
metaphys section. And lately, when I go there, I try to find books about things that I'm already into, you know, or things I'm already like sort of knowledgeable or educated on. But this time, I stumbled across a book about moon magic. It was about working with the moon, etc. And I just thought, like, okay, yeah, sure. I don't know shit about the moon, but the basics, sure. I know that
Mhm.
like the full moon is good for increasing overall magic. I know that like a new moon is good for banishment. I know when the moon is going from full, like it's lessening in the sky, that's also a good time for like banishment and kind of out with the old type stuff. And as it's growing towards a full moon, that's the time for prosperity and like planting seeds,
Mhm.
not metaphysically, but what's the word I'm looking for, Macy?
Metaphorically?
Metaphorically. Thank you.
Mhm.
Good God. I am also struggling with my mouth. Where's my notes? Yeah, so I was like, I don't really know shit about the moon besides the basics, but I don't know how to tell if the moon is like waxing or waning. So I'm gonna learn something. And it just felt like a complete like just plucked the first thing I saw because it was like a really good price. And I was like, yeah, let's do this. I would normally never look at this.
Mhm.
And I think if you keep looking at the same stuff, if you keep reading about the same stuff all the time, then you keep learning about the same stuff, which is okay. It's cool. But sometimes, Macy, I feel like you're going to know what I mean by this. You want that mental sweat. You want that workout.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. I had a professor that told me, and it's something, and I think this is a quote that already existed, but it was the first time I heard it. But they said, like, if you're the smartest person in the room, find a different room.
Mm, mm-hmm,
And I think
mm-hmm.
that's it's the same kind of thing, like it's good to branch out and it's good to work your mind and not
Yeah.
be, like I'm going to get these things that I already know because that makes me feel, knowledgeable. But it's
Yeah.
good to be a student. It's excellent to be a student.
And I have really found that again because as much as I love to read books about uh, I don't know, different herb potions and lotions, potions and herbal blends that you can make because of the properties they carry. I've done that, dude. And I'm not done with it. Like I will continue to do it, but I just feel like there's not much new and all I'm doing is sort of collecting the books now at this point.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, so if you want that mental sweat, I really wanted to start from the ground up and to learn something new. So, how do you know that it's time for that to happen? I personally get really, really restless.
Mhm.
Um, I get to the point where I have again the book about the thing that I know about. I'll get to where I just can't keep my eyes open when I'm reading it. And it's not like a physical tired sensation. It's like my brain's going, nope, no,
Mhm.
you need new sustenance. You need new
Mhm.
things to chew on. um, so what are some signs for you? So like I personally get really restless and I start to feel almost anxious. Like, what are signs for you that you feel like you kind of want to be a student again?
If I just don't feel excited.
Mm, mm,
When I
mm.
stop feeling and it doesn't even it's not even like infatuation level excitement, but when I stop feeling like the joy of something, like just the excitement of performing it and like the stimulation
Mm.
and it becomes work,
Yes.
then that means it's time probably to move on. And I don't need to force that. And that's kind of where I am with yoga, right now, is that it's like this is a new avenue and it's great because it's putting together a lot of metaphysical cogs,
Mm.
that have been loose and it's helping come like put it all together. But it's wonderful being a student and learning shit that is completely new that I had no awareness of at all.
I like what you said about when something starts to feel like it's work. Um, because so many things that you can still enjoy doing. Like, I'm still going to enjoy going and like picking random herbs out and making something out of it. Like, I'm still going to enjoy it. But like the act of learning about that stuff
Mhm.
is tiresome to me. It makes me feel that way. It makes me feel like I'm not excited about this, dude.
Mhm. You're forcing
Um,
it.
you're forcing it. Yeah. And that's what I mean is that leads to that burnout, which then can kind of feed into the imposter syndrome, which can then make you feel like, where'd the magic go? And um, I think when it comes to deciding like where you want to move, like where you want to, because at no point did I go, you know what I'm going to learn? I'm going to learn moon magic. I never,
Mhm.
like, to me, it was a total spark of happenstance. That book could have been about anything. It could have been about palm reading. It could have been about some form of divination. Like, it could have been about anything. But at that price and at that point, I was just like, yeah, dude, let's go for it. That's the moon. And I think it just has to do with how ambitious you want to be. Like, that's the second part of it is, do you want to make like a lateral move, or do you want to go in the complete opposite direction?
Mhm.
Or do you want to do what I did and you just kind of let the next cheap book that catches your eye while you like stumble in and out of bookstores? Do you want to let that do the picking for you? So I think you just because I think if you set your bar too high, like if you want to be too ambitious, it's again, it starts to feel like work. It goes from the cool part of feeling like a student, like the um like when you're going to college and there's that feeling of like, I'm choosing to be here. Like, yeah, sure, you also kind of feel pressured by like your parents and society, and like you got to
Mhm.
get a good job, but like at the end of the and like you spend a ton of money, but like at the end of the day you're kind of like, yo, I want to, like, I can be here cuz I choose to be,
Mhm.
versus the like high school version of school where
Mhm.
it's like you can't get out if you fucking want to. So
Mhm.
to me, I would much rather feel like I'm a, like a uh, I almost said the nerdiest shit I've ever said. But
What?
I feel like I'm a student at the Bard's College in Solitude in Skyrim. Versus
Yeah. I mean, I get it though.
versus like somebody hands you this giant uh like encyclopedia of herbs, and they're like, memorize the W section. That's not fun.
Mhm. No.
So, but then again, maybe it is for some people. So if you want to set that bar super high, just like know your limits, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And also, what I was talking about earlier with, I'm 100 or zero, I'm all or
Mhm.
nothing. I kind of struggled a little bit with like feeling like I was locking myself in with this new choice. I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'm really I'm gonna enjoy getting to learn about how to work with the moon and the basic concept of it, and working with the cycles. That really clicks with me. Having a cycle of the moon to go like, okay, now is the time to work on XYZ. Just the same as for me, Fridays is for love magic,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
and I like to work like that. I like to have a guide or something to me that feels like this is the time where this work needs to be done.
Mhm.
It just clicks with me. So therefore moon magic in general kind of clicks with me. But on the other hand, I'm like, dude, am I like a lunar witch now? Is that my title? And it's like,
That's the thing, like, labels can be good, they can be liberating, but they can
hmm,
also be a prison. They can
yeah.
be an absolute prison.
Yes. Well, because I was at another bookstore the other day and I saw a book about it was a similar book about more moon magic, and my first instinct was like, I got to get this because I have to exhaust my resources. I have to learn everything there is about it because I am a lunar witch now, I guess.
Mhm.
But I don't think so. And I had a good other few days of chewing on this, of thinking like, I don't you don't have to commit 100% to something because you like the label. I'm not adopting Lunar Witch. I don't think so. The elements that I've learned from it, there are certain elements that I've learned in this that are probably going to stick with me for forever. I've grabbed them and I'm going to use them in my craft for a long time. Again, if not forever. Um, but I think it can almost be very limiting to try to put lunar witch as a label on myself, because like I said, again, I was at that bookstore and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get the second book. I didn't. I ended up actually getting a journal. It was like it's kind of cute. It's where is it? Oh, it's not near me. It's this cute journal that's like, its purpose, it seems as if it's for new witches or perhaps
Oh.
even like younger witches, but it's like it's a journal with prompts that ask you about yourself and your craft, and they're like, hey, like one of the random pages I turned to was like talking about the rule of threes, and it broke down what the rule of three was, and it talked about how that's like a principle within like Wicca, and it gave you space to say, like, do you agree with this? Do you not agree with this? How do you feel about this?
Mhm.
And then that kind of led into the next section, which was like, okay, here's, for lack of a better term, here's like left hand path, right hand, middle. What do you think about this? So while it was meant for like the new witch,
I think
I
that's
have
great,
I
though.
think
I
it's
would
great.
like that.
I
Yeah.
very much enjoyed kind of flipping through and reading about it, because there's the basic level information that I myself have already learned. Um, that lavender is calming and amethyst is calming, and if you use them together, it's double calming.
Mhm.
But the prompts are very, uh, they've made me think, and I think it's good to start at the beginning sometimes and re-examine yourself, like re-interview yourself, because you're going to find, as I have found, that some of the beliefs, oops, I hit my mic, some of the beliefs that you carry, they've changed because you've grown. I mean, we've been doing this podcast for almost 4 years, right?
Mhm.
So that means I have been at least a self-proclaimed witch for 4.5 years, maybe a little under.
Yeah.
And that's a long time.
Yeah.
That is a long time to
Oh,
be
yeah,
doing
I'm
something.
very different than I
Yeah,
was, even not even just as a witch, but as a person.
as a human being. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, if I'm a different person than I was 5 years ago, of course my craft has changed.
Mhm.
So, while I've been kind of kicking along this path thinking like, well, I'm eventually going to get back into kitchen witchery. I guess I should go in the kitchen and I guess I should bake something because I need to do a spell. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
it, I was kind of like caught up in it was almost like it was almost like I had become like married to the idea of it.
Well, no, you're right. That's exactly what I was just thinking. Cause like if you, and I can only speak for myself, but I feel like this is the case for many. When you first get involved with
Mm,
witchcraft and
mm,
spiritualism, you're a free agent. And what makes it so thrilling is that you are everywhere.
yeah.
You're looking into everything, you're absorbing everything, you're finding what you gravitate to.
Mhm.
But somewhere along the way, you gravitate too hard,
Yeah.
and the free agency is lost and you're shackled
Yeah.
to these interests, but you don't have to be. But I've done this too. Like, this is just something that I'm reflecting on. Like, but the funnest times of my craft are when I'm free and when I'm not trying to be something and I'm not trying to, fill this role or like focus on this thing. And I'm just like reading different books and, trying different things all at the same time, because that's how it is when you started. And I think
Oh, yeah.
you said something earlier. You were like, and that's what makes it, it's like, that's what feels like spiritual burnout. And it's like, it's not necessarily like your spirit is burned out. It's just bored,
Yeah.
like it misses the excitement of newness, the
Yeah.
chase.
Yeah. And you can even get some of that if you're reading about something and you find out the thing that you're exploring, the thing that you're reading, you find out that you don't like it. Like you don't agree with it, or it's something that you would never really do yourself because you're just not into it. Like it still feel like it's crazy to me that it still feels like that newness. It still feels like
Mhm.
that beginning, because again, when you're new to it, every door you open, you don't know if you're gonna like what's behind it,
No,
So kinda getting back to that space and getting back to kind of branching out, and I'm not abandoning anything that
no.
I've learned. And I think that kept me away from this is because I felt like, God, I've put so much work and effort into this. If I've adopted this as my identity, who am I? If I no longer identify with this, um, and it's been very surprising, I think, to me, the amount that I've been able to recapture that feeling of like, oh shit, you can do this, and it just simply by getting a little cheapy book that I got, and it's kind of set me down this path. And you know what? When I'm done this time, I know what it feels like to become bored and to become
Yes.
tired and burn out and not challenged or whatever, and when that happens, I know what to do. So I'm really excited for the future. I'm going through a really exciting point right now. And I just kind of want to hear from you guys out there if you've done something similar. We get questions all the time. I feel like it's almost daily that people are like, how do you get the spark back?
Yeah.
And besides the answers that we've already given in the past, which I still stand by, for me, I have just recently found the thing that did it for me. So give it a shot. If you're looking to kind of get it back, go and, maybe let the universe decide, like reach out and get the first book that's under $5.
I like that. I really like that a lot. I like that method. I think
I
it's
do
fun.
too. Divination. It's your being a student led by divination, which is kind of cool in itself. So anyway, that's my topic, and I was really excited to talk about it because I know a lot of people feel a similar way.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
don't really know what to do.
I just feel like the most important thing to remember, and it's hard to do sometimes because it's just you want there's wonderful community in identity, and it's like, but I think at the end of the day, the only those words are adjectives, but like the core root is witch. Or whatever it is, whatever your spiritual title is, that however you refer to yourself, that's the only one that actually matters.
Yeah.
The others are just adjectives, and you can change your adjective at any time.
Yeah.
They're just descriptor words.
And
if you want to do something else, it's not a failure. It doesn't mean you didn't lose like your first name. You just lost an adjective. If we're talking Mad Lib terms, adjectives are a dime a dozen.
Oh, you need seven of them every time for some reason.
Yeah, we're talking about that noun right now. That noun is witch.
The noun's the fun one anyway.
Yeah.
And also, I know we talked about this a couple episodes back, like these labels, for me, it becomes much less or much more useful to look at these labels, not as something that encapsulates your entire identity as a witch, but almost like a Girl Scouts vest. You get your badge for something.
Yeah, exactly. Collect them all.
Yeah. So I've got my kitchen witch badge, and I've got, this X, Y, and Z badge. And now I'm working on my lunar badge, dude. When I get it, it's going to be fucking sweet because it's going to look like the moon.
It's like in fucking, this is one of the only things I do know, but it's like skill points in Skyrim. You have all of them.
Yeah.
Like you have that roving thing and you put skill points. You want to build skills in multiple places. To be functional.
You want to flesh out that skill tree. Yeah, dude. The witch bitch loser hour. Dude.
Yeah, fucking nerd alert, man.
Oh man, I had a good time today talking about these.
I did too. This was fun. This was a fun one.
All right. Wow. Well, do we have any announcements?
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
We're boring.
Probably, I think next week. Yeah, I know. We are. Right. We're boring, lame
nerds.
People. Yeah.
That's the only adjective that matters for us is losers. Loser. If you want to come eat with the losers, be a part of our team, come eat with us on Facebook. Go to Facebook, search Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. You'll find us.
You'll get it. We have a Twitter, kinda, at Bitch Hour.
Nice. Instagram is occasionally popping.
Yeah, we got to make more memes. We got to make more memes.
Yeah.
We need to take more pictures as part of. We need to get together and take more pictures that we can Meme.
We can meme it up. Oh,
Mm.
if you want to make a WBAH meme and send it to us, add your Instagram tag. We'll tag you in it. We'll post it on our Instagram.
Yeah. Feed us content.
Yeah. Give us the memes. That's at Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. It's the only one that's correct.
Mhm.
What else?
Patreon.
We have Patreon with all kinds of extra content. This Friday, I'm doing a live, which will be fun, dude. Last time we went shopping at Dollar Tree for witchy stuff. This time, who knows? We have extra blog posts, videos. Rocco and Laser live over there.
Yeah.
Victoria and Minnie.
Kitty.
Why did I want to
Not
call
the
her
same.
Minnie?
Not that different.
Kitty Maxwell will eventually live over there.
They'll probably make their debut. If I had to guess, if I had to put like a rough date, I say late summer.
Yeah.
They will arrive. They will make their debut late summer.
Yeah.
Get ready.
They have to go through the hottest parts of summer, reading their sexy drivel.
Yes.
And they'll be here when the days start to cool off. They'll be here to warm you up.
To get you nice and hot. To get you on their level of heat.
I already hate it. And at some point, we should they should absolutely read Road Babe.
No.
Okay. Patreon.
They have standards. Okay. They have standards. They're going to do decent erotica.
I feel like Kitty would be particularly offended.
I know she would be because she is of me.
Victoria love slut. Whoa.
Oh no.
Victoria Love Sweat will just read anything. You know what? I can't move on from that. Victoria Love Slut is
an awesome name. Oh my god.
All right, guys.
Oh wow. I feel like that's like her roller derby name.
Yeah, Love Slut. Nice.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Shit.
There's nowhere to go but down from there. So check out all those links there in the description below, and we will catch you next time. And we've gotten a few EVPs sent to us. Send us your goddamn EVP.
Yeah.
So all right. And I haven't listened to it yet because I'm too scared.